Welcome to another installment of Tax Tidbits. We're here live from AICPA's Engage Conference in Las Vegas. I'm Jared Trexler, Chief Marketing and Strategy Officer at the college. He's Jeff Levine, Professor of Practice and Tax Planning and the Chief Planning Officer at Focus Partners. Okay, I'm not going to ask you where do you see yourself in 10 years, but I want to
Probably in the mirror. That's where I'll see myself.
In the mirror. I want to talk about where you see the profession in 10 years as we talk about the convergence of tax planning and financial planning. What do you make up of this relationship between the CPA, the financial advisor, the value the advisor is giving to the client? Where do you see it all shaken out?
Well, I think you hit the word, which is convergence. You know, if we think back to the evolution of the financial planning profession, this just extends that. So it wasn't that many decades ago where your financial advisor was really the person who gave you access to the capital markets, right? It was like, oh, you can buy me stocks and bonds? Amazing, I will work with you. And then over time, that started to not be enough, right? And we started to get into more, linear projections and, will I run out of money? And that became your financial advisor, someone who could not only help you with the idea of access to capital markets, but they could help you decide if you were going to have accumulated enough and how to make sure it would last long enough. Then advisors started to expand beyond that. Today, we think about the key words that people use. I'm a holistic planner. I'm a comprehensive planner. It's a realization that people want simplicity today. They want ease of access, and that means getting more of their services from a single destination. That doesn't necessarily always mean one person, but it's got to be made easy, and it's got to be a single place where clients can turn to. So I think that over time, we will continue to see more tax planning and financial planning, and even tax preparation, and even throw in there estate planning, all merged together to be done under one roof or amongst a team of professionals who work incredibly close. So if you're a financial advisor who says, I'm not going to actually do the tax planning or the tax prep, and I certainly am not going to get involved in drafting documents, I think the key to future success is creating that team where even if it's not under one roof, it feels like it to the client.
And under that one roof requires specialized knowledge to deal with it.
It does.
That's why we believe the tax planning certified professional provides advisors or other financial professionals the tax planning lifecycle approach they need to do what Jeff says will be needed today and 10 years from now. He's Michael Finke, Professor of Wealth Management and WMCP Program Director. I want to do a little fast forward. Let's fast forward a decade from now. We talk a lot about the convergence even today, financial advice and taxes. Where do you see the industry evolving in this a decade from now?
Just walking around the conference here, one of the things I'm seeing is amazing advances that are being made in software. So the incorporation of AI into tax planning. This is one of those areas where it is so incredibly exciting to be able to aggregate people's financial information, to be able to find out what their tax rates are, figure out what their future goals are, and then actually use AI to come up with some sort of suggested tax strategy. So I think what we're seeing is really what happened in wealth management over the last 10 or 20 years, which is it's becoming increasingly commoditized. I think tax advice is probably going to become commoditized at some point in the future. But what really cannot be commoditized is the ability to sit down with a client, figure out what their goals are. You can put the information into software, but you can't necessarily elicit those goals, figure out how to gather that information, put it all together in a financial plan in a way that makes sense for the client. So communication skills are still going to be increasingly important, and the ability to understand taxes on a very high level is never going to go away. I mean, there's a reason why this profession still exists, even in an era of tax software. It's actually becoming larger. It's that you need to have those sort of higher order planning skills.
Got to put context to what sort of data you're seeing.
That's right.
That context, that application of knowledge, it's available in the Tax Planning Certified Professional Program. You can learn more at TheAmericanCollege.edu /TPCP.